Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to be talking about new details of the impact to the Russian sanctions proposal and how the Form 6s will impact the import of ammunition. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, I'm back. So I had previously done a video as soon as the announcement came out over the weekend about the sanctions that were being imposed by the Biden administration on Russia, specifically targeting firearms and ammunition. And there were a few details that I got a little bit out of whack on that one. So I want to use this opportunity to kind of clear that up. So the too long did not read of that is the impact of the Russian ammo ban could take as long as 2 years before we start to feel the impact. It won't be 40% of the ammunition, but only 4% of the overall ammunition that's shot in the United States. That's a little bit of a clarity statement. And real quick, if that's all you were here for, I just want to give these guys a quick shout out. Kalash Bash 2021 is going to be next month. KhyberCustoms.com. Don't get anything from this. Just want to give them a quick shout out. I love those dudes. Love what they're doing. Glad to be a participant and glad to give them any advertising I can. Go check them out. Link in the description. So if that was all you wanted to know, too long did not read. That's it. 2 years before we see the impact. 4% of the ammunition in the United States, not 40%, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth before this is all said and done. So nothing's set in stone. You can stop the panic buying if you haven't already done like I've done and gone out and bought a couple of thousand rounds. You can put a pin in that. You still got time. So that's the long and short of it. If you haven't yet, give me a like, a subscribe, throw a comment in the comments section. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. If you want a little bit more details, stay tuned. We'll be coming over those next. Today, Larry Keane of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, he's their Senior Vice President of Government and Public Affairs, went on Cam & Company on Town Hall Media, and I'll have a link in the description below, so if you want to go check him out, you know, he's pretty popular. You probably already know who he is, but if you don't, just in case, go check him out. Cam Edwards had some interesting data points with his guest, Larry Keane, and in some of that, it answered a lot of the questions about what is it that this ban actually means, how long is it going to take to go into effect, who's going to be impacted by it, etc., etc. So the first thing he noted is that he reached out to his contacts in the government, and this is some of the stuff that they were saying. Now, obviously, none of this is official, but it's a lot of gut feeling and what the expectations of the implementation of this are going to be. So first things first is they're going to continue to accept Form 6s up until the actual activation date, which is set right now for September 7th. So any manufacturer from Russia that wants to submit a Form 6 for the import of firearms and ammunition has until September 7th. The expectation is they're going to continue to accept these forms. There's not going to be a stop put on that. So that's good information for us. Now, what is this Form 6, right? You've heard a lot of talk about this. I'm not in the import-export business, so that's all news to me. He went and broke it down a little bit. Basically, a Form 6 is the request from the government to import goods into the U.S. And once you've received authorization to import those goods, that certification on that Form 6 is good for 2 years for the amount that's described on the import documents, right? So they have 2 years from the time that their documents are approved to implement that import of whatever the amount is that's been laid out on that Form 6. Now, another theory was, well, what happens if, you know, this goes into effect and they decide, okay, as of this time, as after September 7th, they're no longer accepting any imports from Russia. He's saying that that's not what the expectation is going to be, that if they have an approved Form 6, that ammo will be allowed to enter into the United States. So, you know, who knows with these guys, but that's the current take on this. Any supply or any shipments that happen after September 7th should continue without interruption. So the short is 2 years for all of this to go into effect. 4% of the overall ammo market. This isn't the 40% that I had initially mentioned. Now that 40% statistic, that comes from the amount of steel ammunition that's created and shot in the United States. 40% of that ammunition is coming from Russian imports. So that was a little bit of a clarification there. I got that one wrong in the previous video. Now, when these sanctions were created, they're usually created at not the totality of the government, the entire industry. They're usually targeted at key players that are in leadership roles to create a financial burden on the oligarchy that's in Russia. But in this case, they've specifically targeted ammunition and firearms for this new sanction proposal. And I think it could be construed that this is done on purpose to impact or adversely impact gun owners and shooters in the United States. Now, I don't know if there's any legal action that can be taken. I've mentioned that before. This is in the sole purview of the executive branch, but it doesn't look good, and there's going to be a lot of political pressure expended on the Biden administration, especially in a time when there's all of the bad press going on with COVID-19 and all of the events that are occurring in Afghanistan. What a debacle that is. But at any rate, this is very political. I don't know how much will there is going to be for him to continue to this. He doesn't seem like a very empathetic individual. So, he's got his mindset. This is what he's doing. And I don't expect to see this change. But who knows? 2 years from now, that guy may not be in office anymore. And we might have a President Harris. Who knows? Anyway, that's the updates as of right now on Monday, the 23rd of August, 2021. If you like this video, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe, please like, please share with your friends, throw a comment in the comment section. With that, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay in the fight, stay active, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.